I don't speak, they turn the cheek. Could be my son with his sons too. Children need their mother, but they need their father's love too. Discredit or roles, this and that without a merit. It's unfair to be generalized for the gender we inherit. That's what it's like to be your father in this country, man. Dealing with bureaucracy, only your father understands. When will we see 50-50 shared parenting? I'll probably never see the day fight till my kids bury me. But alienation is a real thing. Kids dealing with real pain that leaves scars that don't heal. Damn, paternity fraud and the mom got my daughter took from me. Set up by laws without a chance, they make me look bummy. While the mom's got CPS to take my daughter. They say I wasn't involved to be a father, still in court sweating. All along a year past, my daughter's still in the system. No one will listen, common sense saying it's common wisdom. As one will wish it, it's up to God to save her from that prison. If it's meant to be, his will is stronger than my vision. Somehow they think that pro-father is anti-feminism. Now think about it from my little girl's perspective. The weight of the world is crashing down. The system's rigged against me, but I can't back down. I wanna give up, I wanna give in, but I see those tears roll off your chin. So I keep on fighting, I'ma keep on fighting until I see you again. 'Cause I'ma see you again. You're too young to understand, you're barely turning two, but going through a lot. Wish we could trade spots, I take responsibility for. Got me fighting for justice like Trinity War. Treated like a criminal, I guess that's what humility's for. Sitting at night, reflecting decisions like I wish I were born. Feeling inside so torn, trying not to end up in the morgue. If I don't stand, then who's that man that my kids look up to? Fight the good fight, middle finger to the system. Nothing but you, not your mama, not the drama, not that lawyer who claims to represent you. Can keep us separated, I'm frustrated, but I gotta keep composure still. Miss you every day, wish you were with me, cause you know it's real. The weight of the world is crashing down. The system's rigged against me, but I can't back down. I wanna give up, I wanna give in, but I see those tears roll off your chin. So I keep on fighting until I see you again. Remember you had a daddy that loved you. I keep on fighting, keep on fighting. I'll keep on fighting, keep on fighting. Let me take this moment to acknowledge a problem in this country that very few are addressing or acknowledging. To the fathers out there fighting just to see your kids against the system designed to profit off of us, I say don't give up, keep fighting, and like they say, we'll get our day in court one day.
Amen to that. Amen to that. That's so much truth right there, bro. Yo, that's
Thank you.
Badass, brother. Bad fucking ass. Y'all can check out AREZ's new video. It's Keep On Fighting. It's on YouTube, man. But y'all go out there, man. Whenever it comes out and hits damn iTunes and Spotify and all that shit, man, go out there and get it. Same thing with King's Hollow and Madison Rising, man. Y'all go out there and get the shit. These are great artists who put their love and passion in what they do. This is, it's a way for us to be able to release and tell our stories and be able to help relate to somebody out there on the outside as well. This is what these guys do as their job, as like I said, their passion, and it's badass, man. Y'all straight kill it. Straight kill it.
Yeah, it was a pretty good song. I like that.
Hey man,
I appreciate that.
We got a little something coming up there for Big Mark here in just a minute. let y'all get a sneak peek. Yeah, we're gonna play a little everybody from Operation. I got your 6'2" here in a sec. But shoot, man. Ant, you got any questions for anybody that be down? Y'all got any questions? Operation, I got you 6'2", man. Around the corner. Well, not really around the corner, but it's getting there. Street. Oh. You there, Big Ant?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were on mute or not. Oh shit, man. So yeah, for real, can't wait to get all y'all. Can't wait to get all y'all in one spot, man. That's gonna be fucking killer. I do got a guy. His name's Thomas Gant. He's with Hog Nuts 3 that will be videoing this whole damn thing too. So y'all actually get some video feed as well. And I'm pretty sure DJ Will, if he's gonna be handling the sound and whatnot, he can link up with Thomas and whatnot. And I know we got a little bit from Madison from Operation. I got you 6-1. But y'all get some good video feed, man. This guy does a really banging ass job, and when he puts out the videos, you can hear y'all nice and clear. It's not distorted or anything like that, like you would get from like a smartphone. If you're recording from a smartphone, you actually be able to get to hear yourself actually sing and do what you do, man. Which is badass. So y'all maybe get some EPs out of it too. So yeah,
we've always wanted to do like a live show for it, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, and that's just something. That's something that I'll be able to offer you guys, man. Because it's always good to have some EPs, especially from a live show and stuff like that. Well, this type of crowd that's going to be here. Oh yes, sir.
oh yes, sir.
You can go into the studio and lay tracks down, but then whenever you get out there and you play it live, man, something happens, and sometimes. It's portrayed a little bit differently, and you can't push that on a CD. Like a live performance is just something that you've got to go out and see.
I'm telling you.
No matter what, like whenever people say, well, I've heard the record or whatever, it's just like, man, go see them and see what they do live, because that's whenever you can get changed. Like, I mean,
that's right.
Sometimes the live performance will just move you.
That's right. And you're absolutely right.
It'd be good to be able to put that out there and let people maybe get a little bit of that.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do a little bit of that when I come up on the 15th of December. I got a GoPro, man, that I'm bringing with me, so we'll try to capture some of y'all. And the same thing for you, AREZ. I mean, we can't wait, man. That's just to see the I mean, you can hear it in y'all's voices, but to see what y'all do on stage, to see the passion, y'all's body movements, your facial features, and like that, and watch the crowd get into it, man. It's priceless. It's fucking priceless.
The one thing I've always said about Redcon 1, and I've known Jeff for a little while, and one thing about Redcon 1 that I really love and I truly respect is that we asked them for music, and they gave us theirs. It speaks to our whole community, and it hits every nerve at the right time, with different arts, different songs, a different perspective, but it hits home to so many people, and there's no telling how many lives have been saved just because people know that there are other people out there that are going through the same things that they are. And that's something that Redcon 1 and so many of these veteran bands and groups just have to offer, that is so much different from, circular music.
Right.
And that's really, man, that says something right there. That says
it's a constant, it's a learning curve, because when I got out in 2008, obviously, like I just got back from Iraq. What happened was I got injured in Iraq, and I was planning on being like a lifer, 20 years and retire.
Yep.
But I got injured out there, and they basically said, well, we have no more use for you. And next thing I knew, I found myself on a plane back to, Fort Bliss, El Paso. And within 2 weeks, I was out on the street, that I signed the paper that they, I signed on post, and they were like, okay, you're no longer a soldier. And that was it. And when I walked out of that building, I realized, like, I'm on my own now. And it still hadn't hit me what had happened in Iraq, because I was only 20 years old. And, they talk about PTSD, and it's something that, honestly, years later actually feels more real than it did while you were deployed or when you first got back. So it takes a learning curve to even realize what you're feeling and what you're going through. And so it really is about, the people that listen to it, they kind of hear over the years, like, okay, things have changed for me. Like, what I've gone through has changed throughout the years. And they, people are at different stages of what they're dealing with. And so it's just nice to kind of, like for me, it'd be nice to have a blueprint of, all right, this is the shit you're going to go through with PTSD. This is what you might feel one night, and this is what you're going to feel it all. You just don't know it at the time, because you're going through, either you're going through depression or you're going through anxiety, whatever the stage is, or even the anger, because I went through a long time of just being so angry, and drinking, and like you don't realize it at the moment. And then once you get through that phase and you're like, okay, I'm good. And then all of a sudden you get punched in the face with anxiety and you're having panic attacks all the time. So, you know, it's kind of like my music, I feel like, is like a blueprint for someone who doesn't know what to expect, or even if they're going through it, to kind of be like, okay, this is kind of normal. Because I felt like I was like alone. I didn't know that I felt like I was dying. Like this, I'm the first person to go through this before I figured out, you know, what I was going through.
Well said.
Right, and, you know, and that's something we talked about today. It would be nice if the military would take it up. ACAP is ACAP. Okay, thank you for teaching us how to write a fucking resume and do a budget. A budget and a resume is something you should have learned to do while you was fucking in. But it would be great to have that blueprint of, okay, this is what other soldiers and whatnot's been through with the anxiety, the depression, survivor's guilt, separation anxiety, the nightmares, the flashbacks, and what have you. And, you know, and that's, real quick, brother, Tony Lopez says, I can honestly say that Redcon 1 is a big part of why I'm still here. He's listening to you.
I'm saying, I really appreciate that. He's one of our big supporters, and he's always supporting. So much love to you, bro. You already know. I talk to him every now and then on Facebook, and so he knows. Like, but there's a lot of people that hit us up also, you know, all the time, and when they reach out to us like that, you know. We love that because it's almost like I don't want to say it's affirming to what we're doing, but it does let us know that from my perspective, like that, you know, I'm not alone as well. You know, it's not just it's a mutual understanding and a mutual relationship between us and the fans, which is different than any other type of genre.
That's right, and you know that's something we talked about today, man. Hey. You know, we got brothers and sisters everywhere, man. It's just a phone call for me. You know, anytime anybody's having any issues where you, Anthony, myself, or somebody, hey, we just got to pick up the phone. We're right here. Even if it's just to sit down and talk and hash whatever out is bothering you, or jump on somebody's butt because something needs to be done. You know, we always here, you know.
You know, the difference in that too, country, though, I mean, I think from what a lot of the fans, the followers, everyone else sees is, you know, I mean, we have an abundance of resources, you know, I mean, because we're kind of in that little public figure stage. Right. And it's the same thing with AREZ and all the guys from Redcon 1, you know, they've kind of hit that. And people look at that and they're like, oh, you guys have all these resources. But, you know, I mean, just to elaborate on that, you know, I mean, a year ago, I didn't have that. I mean, I think I had maybe 200 Facebook friends. Like, I didn't have any social media going. I just had some of the guys that I was in with and everything else. But I mean, in the same sense, you know, it was the same. Just like you said, you can reach out. It doesn't matter if you have 3 or you have 300. You have people that are out there, and sometimes all you really got to do is just reach. Yeah. You know, just put it out there, and you'd be surprised what comes back to you. And I think that's something that a lot of vets don't realize. Yeah, is that it is there if you're not afraid to ask for it.
And that's something I think too, AREZ and Andy. You know, it's the resources that we do got. Now, you know, there's a Green Light Vet resource on Facebook that's got all credited resources. But it'd be nice to be able to give this to soldiers on their way out the door. You know, not only they talk about the VA and stuff.
I see, like, and that's kind of where we come in to spread the message of where you can find that, because you know, we got out and we've had to figure all this out for ourselves. And we may have had somebody help us along the way as well to introduce us to other resources. But really, that's the best way you could do it is just basically, you know, getting it out there yourself. Because you can go to a VSO, you know, like one of the offices in your county. Mm-hmm. And that's cool. That's cool and all. But they're going to give you a list of just general places to go. And so it's up to you. You have to go through every single one. Right. And you start getting frustrated because you go to one and it's not what's going to help you. You go to the next one, that's not going to help. Like, exactly. You know, you need someone to actually be like, hey, you know what? It's worked for me, and this is what it'll do for you. And if that's what you need, you know, that's where, you know, where we can come in, because we can spread that to the masses more than, you know, because we've actually come back and had to deal with it.
Right.
Well, you know, man, AREZ, I think you guys kind of have already, you know, with Jeff and Boone especially. And, you know, I went out and I got to meet Boone in California. We went and did some really cool stuff. But, you know,